Hi, folks, and welcome to Planning for Learning in STEM. My name is Dennis DeBay. I'm really excited to be able to get a chance to work with you all in this course. I wanted to do this video to lay out kind of the overarching goal of this course and what the day-to-day is going to look like. This course came about just in the last couple of years. We spent a lot of time thinking about how, when we first think about pedagogy at the secondary level, sometimes we tend to think about some of the major concepts a little bit differently than other content areas in STEM. And so we decided to try and come up with a course, which is one of the first that I know of, where we specifically get to talk about things like how do we think about questioning, or how demanding tasks are, or the day-to-day of the work that we do in teaching math and science, specifically within that context. And so I'm really excited that we have the opportunity to be able to do this. In a lot of your other foundational courses, it's going to be really wonderful to have the perspective of other content areas. And I'm really excited you'll have a chance to do that. But for this course, we get to really hone in on things that are specific to us and the work that we do. And so I hope that that's going to become a really fruitful opportunity for you all. All of the readings that we do are going to be kind of STEM focused. I know that one of your textbooks is specifically a math book. Please don't worry about that. The science version of that book is about 5 times more expensive, and you're going to be getting the same content. So I kind of made that decision that we're going to focus on the math book, and you'll still have the chance for us to really dive in and talk about it in your own context. So the way that this course is organized, I decided to, instead of a day-to-day minutia pigeonholed idea of a course, we've organized this in 3 major modules, and the modules will roughly take about 2 weeks apiece. And then we also have an introductory module, and I'm going to ask you to kind of do some of that pre-work by the Monday night before our Tuesday class. And then we'll be able to dive right in on Tuesday morning. The very first module is going to have us dive into really the ideas of learning for students. And we're going to look at that through the lens of kind of our own learning. And we're going to spend a lot of time in the course doing that. What are we learning? How do we learn? And how does that connect to your students and how you're going to learn? So in this first module, we're going to dive right into our own identities as mathematicians or scientists. You know, we all have that level of identity, be it that we've already had jobs before that are connected to our content area, or we have some sort of passion. But that passion is going to be really different than what your students are going to have. In fact, many of them probably won't have an identity as a mathematician or a scientist, or have a very negative connected identity to that. And your love, your passion for all of that isn't going to be the same thing that's going to hook them. And so we're going to spend a lot of time thinking about our identity as connected to our content and what that means for student learning. And through that, we're going to start building this idea of diving into how does that connect to the different tasks that we have students do. And that's what Module 2 is all about. How do we create tasks? What are good tasks? How do we improve upon tasks that we're expected to use that we haven't created? And we have that really small kind of brain size of like, what is one thing that we have students do and how can we improve upon that? And that's our second module. And then the third module has us spending some time diving into the lesson planning and how we build, kind of like thinking from the task, the small unit of things that we're going to have our students work on and learn through, and then try to build it out to like the day-to-day lessons. And so, you know, your first assignment in module 0 will be around identity and connected to student learning. Your second assignment is really going to be around like building and enacting tasks. And then your third is going to be a series of lesson plans. So we'll really kind of be able to kind of look at the spectrum of learning from identity through lesson planning. And that's how I've designed the course. I want to do a quick little bit of the day-to-day of what our class will look at. So basically, there are going to be 3 contact points in a week for the class. We'll be meeting on Tuesday and Thursday mornings, and the current course is slated from 9 to 12. That first 45 minutes to an hour, you're going to be doing some individual reflection time on your own. Because I think that 3 hours is a really long time to be all kind of like together. And so you'll have kind of you'll have a task that you'll have to do to kind of prepare yourself for the class. And then the last 2 hours, 2 hours and 15 minutes will be all together in some format, having the chance to be able to engage in the work. So that's what Tuesdays and Thursdays are going to look like. And then after that, you'll have some sort of asynchronous online activity that you'll have to do that might be a peer review of one of your assignments, or it might be a specific Canvas discussion thread connected to what we've been talking about in learning. And that, everyone, is the class. I want to make sure that throughout this, you have the opportunity to really dive in to do the things that you want to do. And so we'll have time to be able to kind of diverge a little bit. We'll have time to look at how you're being assessed and are there things that we need to tweak, so that you can have the chance to kind of really dive into that in this course. But I'm excited. Please be sure to email me if you have any questions, and I'm looking forward to get to working with you all. Thank you.